I consider myself an agent of change.
Sometimes I play golf like this, but most of the time I help to realize dreams. We try to build a home for every Filipino. That's why we create work.
While not in the active practice of law, I can make a difference in my own little way by helping train students of the law not only to become lawyers, but Bedan Christian lawyers.
My work now as chief counsel of my company is to make the owners of the company and the stakeholders feel safer, happier, and richer.
Protecting and empowering consumers while enabling business.
I am a full-time mother and a part-time judge.
A pastor and an attorney.
Prayer has been a reassuring grace for me, most especially when I became a judge. I needed to pray every time I draft a decision.
Prayer keeps me grounded. I always seek for guidance and enlightenment in every action that I make, in every decision that I make.
With the kind of work that I have to maintain a direct line to our God. Every worry that is light mistake in the conclusion I would have might dispel the difference between the destruction or protection of one's future or the perpetuation of a wrong. Sometimes when I am overwhelmed by emotions due to the nature of the case, a prayer is my only refuge.
The corporate environment is stressful and toxic, but I survive by praying the rosary daily.
Ora is prayer. And I realized that after 25 years, there is a court that is higher than the Supreme Court. And that's the court of Jesus and the Santo Niño, the patron saint of San Beda of Praga.
Everything in life starts and ends with prayer. I know God sees the truth, and in His perfect time, He'll make things right. And prayer talaga is the heart of it all.
Prayer has been an integral part of my life. It is my steering wheel. It is my guide in everything that I do. Without prayer, I would not have survived the struggles and trials of my life.
For me, prayer is integrating God, being influenced and guided by Him in our decisions in life, in our day-to-day activities. Prayer has always helped me in my discernment.
I came to realize that self-discipline and the virtue of being self-driven can make us truly successful only if we are guided by prayers.
On my way to here is in court, I ask the Lord, enlighten my mind, strengthen my spirit, and fill my heart with paternal love, wisdom, and understanding. And most importantly, I also pray for a parting space.
Now after law school, Will wanted to change the world. Only to realize, well, after 25 years, or within 25 years, that the world is made of two things. There are things beyond your control. There are things within your control. For those within your control, you can just play with them like clay. But for those beyond your control, you realize that there are things you cannot really do. There are things you need to surrender. And then you You see that there is an Almighty in whose hands we dwell. And prayer is a conversation, uplifting conversation with God, and doing it eases or lessens the burden. And all of these negative things that we feel just drift away like clouds.
My firm belief is that God's presence is made manifest in a lawyer's mind for fairness and a lawyer's heart for compassion.
Just do the right thing. God will be glorified in all things that is right.
As a judge, whenever I am confused and confronted with difficulties, I ask myself, will my actions and or decisions will be for His glory? Afterwards, the confusion and difficulties becomes clear.
I'm always lured into going back because of my profound love for God and country, which has been inculcated in me since my formative years and best nurtured when I entered San Bedan Law School. I thought if I serve for my country and my countrymen, I am giving back all the glory to God.
I am careful and conscious of what I say or what I do. I try to treat people fairly.
I learned to acknowledge that who and what I have become is for a greater purpose, for the greater glory of God, that I am being made merely an instrument of my profession, a tool to help others.
Not only in practice, but in our everyday lives, we always try to do good, to be conscientious of other people, to be concerned.
If you work with dignity and integrity, for me, that is one of the best ways of giving glory to God.
If everything you do is for God, then you cannot do anything wrong.
By keeping and maintaining my integrity,
reuniting children with their mother or their father, and even helping minor offenders find a new lease in life.
Well, I will keep working with the passion, but also listen with my heart.
We Bedans have been given much. Let us see to it that life is not wasted on us.
In my 25 years of law practice, my integrity remains spotlessly clean. I am ferocious as a lion in protecting it against possible intrusion.
To pay it forward, whether big or small, whether somebody knows about it or not, whether somebody is looking or not. What matters most is that I can show the generous heart of a Bedan. Paying forward is all that matters. Forward and onward is a legacy that will keep me roaring nigh forever.
I remain true to my quest for excellence. I've never compromised on that. I really took it to heart when my father told me that in life, you only strive for excellence. Don't strive for money, for power, for position. All of those are just incidental to your being excellent in what you do.
I learned that you cannot always roar for 25 years. Because when I did that, I had a heart attack. And to prevent that, sometimes you have to content yourself with a purr. Sometimes a small, tiny meow, meow, meow. To keep going. And that should be enough. Sometimes. But the roar keeps on. Thank you.
As a Bedan, simply by becoming the salt and light of the earth as the Lord has instructed.
We have to act righteously, speak truthfully, and as our Bedan hymn goes, spare neither fire nor blood. And we will do it for something for country and God.
It is the camaraderie, it is the brotherhood or sisterhood, it is the feeling of a Bedan family. I realized this mostly in the San Bedan Golf Club, where I am a member. We roar together in the lion's den, we fight for pars and birdies, but we see each other as just Bedan brothers. And this is regardless of your rank in the public sector, or position in the public sector, or in the private sector, regardless of your political and religious affiliation, regardless of your sororities and fraternities,